Hi, I'm Amy Carpenter, and this is Around Town with Amy. Today I'm at the Lancaster Police Department to find out who is a good boy. That is coming up next on Around Town with Amy.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Alex Lape. In my 30-year law enforcement career, I have seen many different trends in illicit drug trade and substance use disorders. Fentanyl is the deadliest drug that I have ever encountered. Very minuscule amounts can be fatal. Fentanyl is present in most mainstream illicit drugs. Drug cartels are now pressing fentanyl into forms that appear to be common candies. Ingesting any of these fake candies or pills can have fatal overdose effects. This ongoing drug epidemic requires a balanced approach. We must focus our attentions and resources on treatment and education in conjunction with enforcement efforts that hold those who traffic in dangerous drugs accountable. For your sake and the sake of your family, do not take any medications that are not issued through prescriptions by your pharmacy. Thank you.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Sure Shot Directional Boring is proud to support Around Town with Amy. We are the region's trusted directional boring and hydro excavation service experts. With more than 20 years experience, Sure Shot Directional Boring ensures projects will be handled skillfully, safely, on time, and within budget. Contact us today at 740-689-1221 or online at sureshotboring.com.
Around Town with Amy is brought to you in part by Triad Protective Solutions. Triad Protective Solutions is the region's premier resource for safety and security training for businesses, churches, and schools. Courses include lockdown training, active shooter training, and live fire training for civilians. For more information or to register for an upcoming class, visit servingprotectors.com. Triad Protective Solutions, serving those that are protecting the faith and protecting others.
Hank's Pet Sitting Service is your trusted pet service in the Lancaster area. Pet owners can rest assured knowing that Hank's Pet Sitting Service will treat your fur babies like one of their own. We specialize in a home away from home atmosphere to keep your pet comfortable. From drop-in visits, dog walking, or potty breaks for your pooch, Hank's Pet Sitting Service is here to help. To book an appointment, contact Hank's Pet Sitting Service today.
Around Town with Amy is brought to you in part by the Gilmore Group Red One Realty. Terry Gilmore and Kelly Thacker lead a team with nearly 20 years experience personally serving Columbus, Lancaster, and the surrounding counties' real estate needs, from buying and selling to auctions and new builds. At the Gilmore Group, we know that buying or selling real estate is more than just a transaction. We take care of our clients like we take care of our community. Check out our team at GilmoreGroupHomes.com and let us show you the real human side of real estate.
In November of 2022, the Lancaster Police Department held a contest called Who is a Good Boy? To help name their newest first responder. Several children across the city and beyond submitted some great ideas. Out of all of the submissions, the name Omega was chosen to be the first canine of the Lancaster Police Department. The lucky contestant was a third grader at Mount Pleasant Elementary named Wade Gregg. He was awarded a visit by Omega and Officer Pierce for choosing the name Omega.
I almost passed out of excitement.
Yeah? And were you surprised, or did you think, oh yeah, I got this, I'm going to win?
I had no idea.
Wade's mom, Lauren, shares that they have an ongoing joke in their family that German Shepherds should be named after watches because they are watchdogs. Wade's mom and dad gave him a few brands of watches to choose from, and he chose Omega because it sounded powerful. Officer Pierce agrees the name Omega is perfect for his new partner.
It fits him. Especially the kids said that a good dog should be named after a watch. Yes. And obviously he's always on guard. And then Omega is not the opposite, but goes with Alpha. And he's such a sweetheart, so he doesn't have to be the alpha in the room, but when he needs to be, he can turn it on. But he's also, like I said, the biggest sweetheart that I've ever seen in a police dog.
Even though this new canine might be the Omega, sometimes Officer Pierce feels like the Omega and his partner the Alpha, since Omega gets all of the attention when they walk into a room.
I joke that he's an emotional support dog because I'm no longer the first one for people to say hi to. Yeah. It's always about the dog, and then I'm on the back burner of, I guess I'll say hi to you too. Right. But every single person, if I come into this building, they want the dog around. Even if he's terrorizing, jumping on the tables and knocking everything off their desk, he brings a smile to everybody's face. And the morale and the culture here is already phenomenal. But just having him around, I think it's been a blessing on the mental health aspect as well.
Another reason Omega is the perfect name is because the Omega watch was also known to be the first. Omega's greatest achievement was being the manufacturer of the first watch on the moon during the Apollo 2 mission in 1969. This duo has been working hard behind the scenes since December, where they went through an extensive 6-week training to learn how to detect drugs, apprehend suspects, track, and do other basic commands. Right from the start, Omega stood out from all of the others, as you can see from their training picture, where Omega is ready for action. Omega might only be 65 pounds, but he is the strongest thing Officer Pierce has ever felt with a leash.
He was in a hurry to get to places that we had nowhere to go to. Yeah. We could be in line, or we could just be on a leisurely walk, and everybody else is petting their dog. And then I'm looking at my iWatch, and I'm walking 7 miles, and everybody else has 2 miles in. And he just pulled me around the field. If we walk by a car, he's jumping on the car, and everybody else is just having this relaxing time. And then now it's just amazing, and that's what I love about him.
Omega and Officer Pierce will be part of the department's new directed patrol unit.
Attention! Police K-9 has been deployed.
We're handling the neighbor complaints, the speeding, anything to take a little bit of work off patrol units that are responding to domestics, and they can respond in a more timely manner.
Officer Pierce has always enjoyed being an officer, but being the canine officer is something that he has always wanted.
You get everything about being a police officer with a canine. You get the community relations. I'm going to get the chance to be at every single event that we can make it to, whether it's the Shop with the Cop, Kids and Cops Day at OUL, the DARE graduations. We're going to be able to get into the schools, even on our training days. So we're going to be seen amongst the youth, which is one of the most important things about building the community up. But at the same time, I get to go out on the street, I get to do the traffic stops, get the dope off the street. If we have a high-risk warrant, he's going to be there. So it gets me all the high-intense situations, but also to get to hang out and with the kids and try to make a difference with them as well.
Sergeant Chuck Sims, leader of the Community Services Unit at the Lancaster Police Department, explains that Officer Pierce is the perfect man for the job. He has good PR and loves kids. He has the willingness, passion, drive, and mindset. He is helpful, empathetic, and a hard worker. Plus, he has the same motor as his partner does. K9 Omega and Officer Pierce's new position wouldn't be possible without the help of Commander Dennis Lowe of South Central Ohio Major Crimes Unit. Commander Lowe was able to obtain a grant from Recovery Ohio, which is specific for Ohio's multi-jurisdictional drug task forces and rewards programs like the Major Crimes Unit, who have blended drug enforcement and robust outreach. Through this grant, the Major Crimes Unit also purchased a new multi-purpose canine and handler training for the task force and will be purchasing the next canine for the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office.
K9 Omega and our new canine at the Major Crimes Unit Riggs, they are going to be able to find drugs in vehicles and in homes here as part of our law enforcement or enforcement activity. Those dogs are also multi-purpose trained animals, so they'll be able to provide assistance here in the community with missing persons.
To find out more about Officer Pierce and K9 Omega, check out the Lancaster Police Department's Facebook page. You can read more about my story, Who is a Good Boy, in the April 10th edition of the Town Crier. Thank you for joining me on Around Town with Amy.